Hello Twitch, Artemu here, and today we are continuing Pokémon LeafGreen. Last time, we managed to defeat Giovanni at last, earn our final badge, and made our way to the Pokémon League. And now it's finally time to become the champion. I have done a lot of training since the last time I streamed, and now the team is ready for the battle. Just want to do one final look over the team. Alright. We are ready. From here on, you face the Elite Four, one by one. If you win, a door opens to the next trainer. Good luck. Thank you. I'll need it. Now, this may seem weird, but I'm going to lead with Bella in this battle. Welcome to the Pokémon League. I am Lorelei of the Elite Four. No one can best me when it comes to icy Pokémon. Freezing moves are powerful. Your Pokémon will be at my mercy when they are frozen solid. Are you ready? Ready as I'll ever be. Lorelei, true to her name, specializes in the ice type. But most of her Pokemon are also water types, which is why I decided to lead with Bella. Let's put this Dugong to sleep so that it can't attack. And now I'm going to set up with Sunny Day. When the sunlight is bright, Pokemon with the Chlorophyll ability have double speed, and it also affects certain attacks, namely Solar Beam. Normally Solar Beam takes a turn to charge up, but in sunny weather, you can just fire it off right away, and it just destroys this Dugong. Next up is Slowbro, a water psychic type in contrast to her usual team members. There aren't an awful lot of ice Pokemon in the original game, so I kind of understand this choice. Still a good Pokemon. There it goes. Now she's sending out her strongest Pokemon, Lapras. It's got all-around great stats and definitely has a powerful set of moves. Nice! We managed to one-shot it. Lapras's bulk actually scares me a bit, so I'm glad that we managed to get through that. Now she's sending out her Jinx, so I'm going to switch out here. Jinx is an Ice Psychic type Pokemon with very high special attack and special defense, but low HP and physical defense, so try to target it with those physical attacks. But Raffian should be more than enough to take it out. Alright. Now for Cloyster, let's go back to Bella. Hello, Whole DQ. I did see your messages. I was just a little focused on the game right now. It's not nice to say those kind of things. Alright, let's put this thing to sleep so that we can handle it. Cloyster has very high physical defense, so you want to focus on special attacks against this thing. And that should do it. Things shouldn't be this way. You're better than I thought. Go on ahead. You only got a taste of the Pokémon League's power. Alright, that was a good way to start things off. We're gonna leave Bella in front for this next one, though. As we take on the second member of the Elite Four.
I am Bruno of the Elite Four. Through rigorous training, people in Pokemon can become stronger without limit. I've lived and trained with my fighting Pokemon, and that would never change. Hayden, we will grind you down with our superior power. Hoo-ha!
I'm sorry, but every time I see Bruno, I immediately think of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Bruno is the specialist of the fighting-type Pokemon, though he leads with an Onix, for some reason. We'll just take it out with a Giga Drain. That is good. This next Pokemon will be Hitmonchan. We're gonna go with Mimian here. Hitmonchan does have good special defense, but we should be able to take it out anyway. That's nice. Next is going with Hitmonlee. Another powerful fighting type, but Mimian should be able to handle this with no problem. Yeah! And for some reason, he has another Onix. I don't know why. I don't know if you can hear this, but my entire house is like vibrating right now because of construction work that's going on very close by. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. Bella gets a level. Very nice. And now Bruno's going with his ace, Machamp. One of the strongest physical attackers in the game and one of the best fighting-type Pokemon really you could ask for. Just all around very good. Mimian should be able to handle this. Ooh, very close. Machamp does have good defenses, so... lowered my speed a bit. And it has a citrus berry. I'll take you out with another psychic. Very nice.
Why? How could I lose? My job is done. Go face your next challenge.
Now it's time for the third member of the Elite Four. Just gonna heal up a bit. That's good. This one, I don't know whether to go with Mimian or Crunches. Either one could be good against our first Pokemon. I think I'll go with Crunches. He hasn't gone much action lately, so I think it'll be fine. I am Agatha of the Elite Four. I hear Oak's taken a lot of interest in you, child. That old duff was once tough and handsome, but that was decades ago. He's a shadow of his former self. Now he just wants to fiddle with his Pokedex. He's wrong. Pokemon are for battling. Hayden, I'll show you how a real trainer battles. I always really liked Agatha because of her connection to Professor Oak. I wish they elaborated a bit more on that. But anyway, she leads with Gengar, a fully evolved Ghost-type Pokemon, and definitely one of the best in the game. Gengar's really high speed and special attack learns a lot of great attacks, both offensively and defensively, so it's definitely a formidable Pokemon to take on. Come on, Crunches. Ugh. Confusion will be a pain. At least we're immune to Toxic, so we got that going for us. Come on, man. Crunches is very slow, so that is a bit of a fault here. Alright, we finally hit it. So this Gengar's strategy is to use Double Team to make itself really hard to hit, and then go all out at you. Now she's going with Golbat. I think I'll switch to Mimian for this one. Agatha is a Ghost-type specialist, but all of her Pokemon are also Poison types. So you can kind of see her as a Poison-type trainer as well. We get another level on Mimian. It's very good. And Arbok. Pine hasn't seen any action yet, so let's go with her. Arbok. Not too worried against this thing. Let's go for the Earthquake. So close. Let's weaken a little bit with strength, and then we'll be able to finish it. And that takes care of that. So I think against these last two, I'm gonna go with Mimian. Seeing how Crunches did against that first Gengar, I think we need a more speedy approach. Despite the Ghost types being hyped up as being one of Psychic's only counters, the Ghastly family are all part Poison type, so you can definitely take them out if you got a very fast Psychic type. Very nice. This is why I love Mr. Mime. Very fast and very powerful. You win. I see what the old duff sees in you now. I have nothing else to say. Run along now, child. Alright. And at last, it's time to face the final member of the Elite Four. Yeah, let's use a Lemonade on Crunches, get you healed up. And you know what, let's lead with Mimian again. Actually gonna save here, because this next guy is pretty tough.
Ah, I've heard about you, Hayden. I lead the Elite Four. You can call me Lance, the Dragon Trainer. You know that dragons are mythical Pokemon. They're hard to catch and raise, but their powers are superior. They're virtually indestructible.
There's no being clever with them. Well, are you ready to lose? Your league challenge ends with me, Hayden. As he implies, Lance is a specialist of Dragon-type Pokemon, as well as Dragon-like Pokemon. He leads off with a Gyarados, a Water Flying type. Very powerful. You do not want to underestimate this thing. However, if you have an Electric-type attack, which you should have by this point, it should go down pretty easily. Yes. And Mimian's the first one to reach level 60. Woo! Next he's got Aerodactyl. Let's go with Pine. Aerodactyl is a rock-flying type that you can revive from the old Amber. It's very fast and very strong, so I'm counting on Pine to be able to take its attacks. Not bad. One more hit should do it. Very nice. Level 59 on Pine. Very good. Ooh, he's going with his ace already. And this is why I brought Superior. So this is Dragonite, one of the strongest Pokemon in the game. It's a Dragon Flying type with very good stats and a very diverse move pool. But because of its typing, it is very weak to Ice. Hopefully Superior is able to take that. Yes, he does. Ah, so close! Definitely don't want to underestimate this thing, because it is powerful. Oof, that was tough. Yeah, this Dragonite's Outrage attack can deal so much damage. It's just insane. Alright, but now that we've taken out the big guy, we should have no problem taking out the Dragonair. So, Dragonair are the intermediate stage between Dratini and Dragonite. They're pure dragons, and they are pretty good. While not as overly powerful as Dragonite, they still got good stats and a great move pool. Oh sure, we take this one out in one hit. And that takes care of Dragonair. That's it. I hate to admit it, but you're a Pokemon Master. Thank you very much. I still can't believe my dragons lost to you, Hayden. You are now the Pokemon League champion. Or you would have been, but you have one more challenge left. There's one more trainer to face. His name is Gary. He beat the Elite Four before you. He is the real Pokemon League champion. Do not go through that door right away. Alright, so we're coming down to the end here. Let's see, who do I want to go with for this? Maybe it's Thunderbolts. Yeah, I think Mimian will do a bit better here. Yeah, so we'll lead with you. Actually, there's something that I like to do whenever I go up against the champion. And that is arrange my team in the order of newest to oldest. I don't know, I like this. Let's heal up. Hello, Guard 2. Glad you can make it for the grand finale. Alright, how's everyone's PP doing? It's pretty good. You don't really need Psychic in these next fights. Good. Alright, we should be good. Just in case, I'm gonna save here. And now it's time for our ultimate test. Hey Hayden, I was looking forward to seeing you. My rival should be strong to keep me sharp. While working on my Pokedex, I looked all over for Pokemon. Not only that, I assembled teams that beat any Pokemon type. And now I'm the Pokemon League champion. Hayden, do you know what that means? I'll tell you. I'm the most powerful trainer in the world! Once again, Gary is always one step ahead of us, but now it's time to finally take him down. Gary's team is incredibly diverse, with a lot of Pokemon from different types with very good movesets for taking out the kind of Pokemon that you'll be using. Well, he's one of the strongest champions, I'd say. And it's definitely a great final battle for this game. I just really like the mood to it. And the build-up to this battle is just incredible. Having to deal with Gary constantly throughout the game and having him be your final challenge. I just really love it. There are a few other contenders for what I consider one of the toughest champion battles, in my opinion. Like, I really enjoy Cynthia and Iris and Kukui. But you cannot beat the OG. This battle is great. So there is Gary's Rhydon. Finally, we get to fight this thing after getting, well, blocked from that at Giovanni. We take it out with a Giga Drain. And now, time for Alakazam. This thing, as always, is no joke. Very fast and very powerful. And it can make itself even more powerful by using Calm Mind. But if you have a very defensive Pokemon that can strike it, hopefully you'll be able to take it out with no problem. Yeah! Go Crunches! Love this big boy. Exeggutor. So he's finally evolved his Execute. As usual, I consider Exeggutor one of the better grass types in this game, with a very good offensive typing of Grass and Psychic. It can be a very tricky opponent to deal with. Raffian's just easily able to handle it. I probably didn't need to do as much training as I did, but I don't know, I just like to be prepared for this final battle. And now he's going for his ultimate Pokemon. Here's Blastoise. This thing is a beast. With very high defenses and a very good special attack, it is just really good at wrecking. certain teams. Of course, depending on what starter you picked, you would also use a Venusaur or a Charizard. Gonna set up with a sunny day there so that we have a chance of unleashing a full power Solar Beam. Yeah! Critical hit too! Wow. That is so good. And his final Pokemon is Arcanine. Let's go with Pine. Arcanine, as always, has very great stats all across the board, so this thing can be very tough to deal with. Oh, why'd you have to get the burn? The attack drop from both the burn and the intimidate, that's not gonna be good. Yeah. Darn it. I'm sorry, Pine. Ouch. Alright. Superior, I know you don't have the best resistance against fire attacks, but let's go for it. Come on, you can take this. Yes! Now wash it away! Alright, the sunlight actually didn't work out in my favor there. Right, because when it's sunny, water-type attacks do only half damage, while fire-type attacks get boosted. Alright, at least the sunlight is gone so we can attack it at full power again. And its flamethrower shouldn't hit as hard this time. Alright, that's good. Another critical hit! Ah, couldn't have come at a better time. Thank you, Superior. We've done it. No! That can't be! You beat me at my best! After all that work to become the league champ? My reign's over already? It's not fair! Why? Why did I lose? I never made any mistakes raising my Pokemon. Darn it, you're the new Pokemon League champion! Although I don't like to admit it. Hayden! So, you've won! Sincerely, congratulations! You're the new Pokemon League champion! You've grown up so much since you first left with Charmander to work on the Pokedex. Hayden, you have come of age. Gary, I'm disappointed in you. I came when I heard you beat the Elite Four, but when I got here, you'd already lost. Gary, do you understand why you lost? You've forgotten to treat your Pokemon with love and trust. Without them, you'll never become a champ again. Yeah, about that. Hayden, you understand that your victory was not just your own doing. The bond you share with your Pokemon is marvelous. Hayden, come with me. Congratulations, Hayden. This floor is the Pokemon Hall of Fame. Pokemon League champions are honored for their exploits here. Their Pokemon are also recorded in the Hall of Fame. Hayden, you've worked hard to become the new League champion. Congratulations, Hayden. You and your Pokemon are Hall of Famers. Thank you, Guard2. Superior. Crunches. Mimian. Bella. Pine. And Raffian. Thank you. So we have finally become the Pokemon champion. But our adventure is not over just yet. There is still a lot to do in this game. And I just feel really good to have finished this game again. It's one that I really enjoy. Back when I was a kid, and even today, I still find Fire Red and Leaf Green to be really good Pokemon games. I mean, I enjoyed the first games when I was a kid, but over time I see that they had a lot of flaws to them that could have been ironed out or changed to make the game overall better, and I think Fire Red and Leaf Green do a tremendous job of fixing the mistakes from the first generation games. And they just bring everything. Everything is so good here. I love the visuals. I love how colorful and bright and vibrant the Kanto region looks now. I love the character designs. The Pokemon, of course, are on par with some of the best designs we've seen, and I just think overall the game is a lot more fun than it was in the original days, because I feel that a lot of more effort was done to balance out a lot of the Pokemon and make a lot more of them stand out, thanks to the new changes that were added in this generation. Like with nature's held items, changes into their movesets, just really makes this stand out. Of course, I think the other remakes are just as good as this, but Fire Red and Leaf Green still hold a very special place in my heart. They're just really great. No, Guard2, I have not played Fallout 76, as it's called. I don't really have an interest in the Fallout games. And just to kind of emphasize how much I enjoy Fire Red and Leaf Green, there's still a lot of stuff we can do, even though we've beaten the main game. There's a few more areas we can explore, a lot more Pokemon we can catch that weren't in the original Red and Blue. Of course, there's a certain Pokemon that we still need to go after, and then after that, we can challenge the Pokémon League again, and they'll actually be at higher levels with different Pokemon on their teams. So I think those additions that they add to this game really help flesh it out and increase the replay value of this game, I guess. And just overall, I really enjoy the Pokemon. I had a lot of fun building my team and deciding who I was going to use throughout this adventure. And these are all Pokemon that I really love. Even ones that I only started to like after a couple of years. It's been a very solid team, and I never felt like any of them really struggled to keep up at any point in this adventure. So I'm really happy with this team, and I'm looking forward to seeing what other Pokemon I use when I start streaming other games. Like, I am planning to do Gold soon, and eventually Emerald, and then maybe I'll take a crack at some of the Pokemon fan games or fan ROMs, and stuff like that. But for now, there's still a lot of Leaf Green to get through. And I've only been at this for like half an hour so far, so it wouldn't be right to just stop here. So with that, it's time to head into Pokemon Leaf Green post-game. Ah, Hayden! You're back, aren't you? How much have you filled in your Pokédex? May I see it? Let's see. You've caught 64? Now this is impressive. There's something I wanted to ask of you, Hayden. Come, follow me. This is why I recommend you catch at least 60 Pokemon before completing the game, because that triggers this scene. Recently, there have been sightings of many rare Pokemon species. I'm talking about Pokemon that have never been seen in Kanto. I love to go see things for myself, but I'm much too old. Since I can't do it, Hayden, I'd like you to go in my place. Hey, I heard that. Gramps, what's favoring Hayden over me all the time? I went collecting more Pokemon, and faster too. You should just let me handle everything. I bet you used a Game Shark, you liar. I know. Of course I need your help too. I need to see both your Pokédexes. And that's done. Now these units can record data on a lot more Pokemon. Our Pokédex has been upgraded so that now we can see Pokédex entries for the Pokemon introduced in the Gen 2 and Gen 3 games. This time you really must work towards filling your Pokédexes. I urge you to make them the best and the most complete of all time. Truly, this is a monumental, great undertaking in Pokemon history. Yeah, I'm actually not going to be able to complete the Pokédex. Sorry about that. Gramps, calm down. Don't get so excited. I got the Pokédex completed. Don't you worry about a thing. I think I'll try looking around one island first. Anyways, I'm out of here. Oh yeah, I really like the Hoenn region too, Guard 2. So now, Professor Oak has updated her Pokédex, so that it now has the National Pokédex mode. This allows us to see entries for a lot more Pokemon than was previously available now. And because we have the National Dex, a lot about the Kanto region has changed. If you go to certain routes, I believe you'll be able to encounter some of the Johto Pokemon. As I distinctly remember encountering a few of them before my time, and there is one particular one that will be... I won't go after yet, but I'll try to find it at a later time. But for now, I'd say we take Gary's advice and head back to one island. Ah, you have a tri-pass. Would like to board a Sea Gallop ferry? We can still only visit the first 3 islands for now, but that's gonna change very soon. Is if we head back in here... Hayden, how have things been for you? Oh, is that right? You caught more Pokemon. Do you know what? Maybe I can be useful to you. I'm modifying the network machine right now. I'm changing it so it can handle trades over long distances. When I get finished, you'll be trading for exotic Pokemon from trainers far away. But there's a slight catch. For the link to work, the machine needs a special gemstone. It's supposed to be on one island, but I haven't found one yet. Who knows where it could be? So we got kind of a quest here. And completing this quest will give us the ability to trade Pokemon with the Generation free games, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Normally, this could not be done until this point, but now that we have entered the post-game, we are now able to do this quest. Obviously, because I'm playing on an emulator, I can't actually interact with the other games, so I'm just doing this to get some plot done. That's not the only thing that this questline opens up to. We need to do this to also trigger some other events later on, so this will be our main focus for now, just exploring the islands, getting this quest done, and then preparing ourselves for the final challenges of the game. Lots of Ponyta here. So recently, when I haven't been playing Let's Go Pikachu, I've been getting back into Stardew Valley, and I've also been playing some more of Final Fantasy XII. That was a game that I used to really like as a child, but I never finished it, so I'm making it a point to try and finish it now. And I've gotten pretty far into it, really enjoying it, too. It's one of the few Final Fantasy games that I've actually played. Aw, thank you, Guard 2. I really appreciate that. Whew, punch through at last. Let's go treasure hunting. Any treasure we find, we haul back to the warehouse. Understood? Oh, what are the passwords? At the Rocket warehouse, I mean. What? You forgot the password? It's actually 2. The first one's Goldie Need Log. And the second one is... Hey, the Snoop's been listening in. I've been snooping as usual. Sup, boys? You've been eavesdropping on us, haven't you? Yes, even though we defeated Giovanni, this isn't the end of Team Rocket. And despite having to deal with level 50 and 60 Pokemon just earlier, these guys only have level 30s. Why? So yeah, we just got these guys to deal with. Shouldn't be too hard. After all, it's just Team Rocket. Huh? What? Why'd you have to win? Trying to horn in on our treasure? Don't bet on it. Another thing I really like about Fire Red and Leaf Green is that they do a lot of setting up for events that will take place in the Generation 2 games, since those games take place 3 years after the events of the original games. And I just like the little touches that they do here, showing Team Rocket operating without Giovanni and stuff. It's pretty cool to see. And he got a Sandshrew. So I don't know if you've noticed, but recently Team 4-Star had finally released the 3rd season of Final Fantasy VII Machine Abridged, and I'm just really enjoying it so far. Like, I like Sid's character and how they portrayed him, and I just love all the character interactions in that episode. I think it's a good start to what's going to be a very interesting season, because I think we all know what's going to happen to a certain character. If you know anything about Final Fantasy VII. To develop amnesia conveniently and forget everything you heard. What a setback. We'll have to regroup. You, don't even think about taking a step inside here. If you know what's good for you, don't even think about this. I'm gonna be a naughty boy and go inside. There's a section of Mount Ember that we couldn't reach before, and I believe there is actually new Pokemon that can be found here. Well, the wild Pokemon are certainly tougher. This Geodude's pretty high level, on par with the Pokemon that we encountered on Victory Road. If you're referring to the power of us, maybe. I haven't really been that interested in the Pokemon movies as of late, because they're pretty much they just seem like commercials for this way cool Pokemon that you can't even catch normally. But moving away from that and getting back into the game, here is one of the new Pokemon that can be found now that we have the National Dex, Slugma. It's a Fire-type Pokemon native to the Johto region, and it is, well, it's slow. It's really slow, as would be expected of a Pokemon based on a slug. And overall, its stats aren't really that good, except for its special attack. And when it evolves, it becomes a Fire Rock type, which gives it just... Fire Rock just really isn't that good of a typing. I mean, it's nice offensively, but defensively it just has so many weaknesses. So yeah, Slugma, I'd put it in the good but not great category in terms of fire types. I do like its design and concept, though. Just having a slug made out of magma, I think is really cool. So we got another strength puzzle here, so you want to have a Pokemon with strength before going through here. So yeah, going back to the Power of Us, I'm sure it's going to be a fine Pokemon movie. Like, they've added a lot of characters into this movie, and I hope each of them gets a decent enough time to shine. Because obviously, the movie's going to focus heavily on Ash and the new Pokemon Zeraora, but I don't know, I hope they at least give the other characters some good moments to shine. The movie does look really gorgeous, though. I'll give it that. And I do like how this movie has a lot of emphasis on the Johto region's Pokemon, whereas at the Pokemon I Choose You movie, they focused heavily on the first generation. I don't know, I'm sure it'll be good. Oh right, Detective Pikachu, of course. Yeah, I am definitely psyched to see that movie. I think the Pokemon redesigns are pretty good, and I'm just... I don't know, it just seems like it's going to be really fun. Alright, take it easy, Guard 2. And thank you for stopping by for the champion battle. Ish, got burned there. Slugma do have the Flame Body ability, which makes it so that your Pokemon will get burned if they make physical contact. So this area is interesting. This place has some symbols that reference the Braille alphabet, which will be important for puzzles later on. But here we get our first key item to complete this quest, the Ruby. There's a bunch of writing in Braille. I don't really understand why. But, well, we got what we came for. We got our Ruby. And now it's time to go. So if we head down this way, this should lead to the exit. Hi, Slugma. So yeah, a trend we're going to be seeing going through this area is that we're going to be seeing a lot of the Johto Pokemon. Strangely, none of the Hoenn Pokemon. In order to get any of the Hoenn Pokemon into this game, you have to trade them from the Gen 3 games, which I find kind of odd and very restrictive. But whatever. I'm not a game designer, so what do I know? Now that we got that, let's fly back to the Pokemon Center and speak with Celio. Oh, that's... Thank you, Hayden, you're simply amazing! May I ask one more giant favor of you? While I was studying gemstones, I discovered something important. There's another gem that forms a pair with this ruby. That other gemstone's supposed to be in the Sevii Islands. Hayden, please, I need you to go find the other gem. Hayden, may I have your ferry pass on the town map? This is my own ferry pass. It'll let you get to all the Sevii Islands. Hayden, please, I can't do it without your help. So now that we have the ability to travel between all of the Sevii Islands, giving us a lot more stuff to do. And most of our time spent in the post-game is going to involve these islands, so... we'll explore around and see all the different sights for us. Also, just want to bring up the fact because we're dealing with a quest line that involves gemstones. There's going to be a lot of Steven Universe episodes coming out around December, and I'm just so excited to see them. After the last episode ended on such a major cliffhanger, I'm just really excited to see what happens next in the show. God, the promotional artwork they showed for the next episodes looks so good. But anyway, our first stop is going to be 4 Island. Hey Hayden, what are you doing here in the Sevii Islands? You should quit copying me, you know. Anyways, I already got my Pokemon egg, so I'm done with this island. I bet you didn't even know about Pokemon eggs. You'll never fill your national Pokedex that way. By the way, I saw someone we both know on this island. Why don't you go look around if it makes you curious? Me, I don't have the time to waste. Be smelling you. That guy's such a jerk. Alright, I had Versus Seeker. So this is 4 Island, and despite the fact that it is one of the smallest islands in the Sevii micro-region, there's actually a lot of stuff we can do here. The current's too strong in this area, so we can't surf around that boulder, so you need a Pokemon Rock Smash to get that star piece. But as Gary implied, one of the key features of this area is the Pokemon Daycare. If you leave Pokemon here that are compatible with one another, they can breed and lay an egg. This is a way to get Pokemon with certain attacks they wouldn't normally know, as well as certain species of Pokemon entirely, commonly known as baby Pokemon. Also, now that we've beaten the game, we can access the Hall of Fame through our PC at any time. It's very cute. I guess to raise one? I might actually do that. Just to kind of show this off a bit. Yeah, these two should be compatible. So I'll take my Clefairy and my Jigglypuff, and we'll put them in the daycare. So I'm not going to give a detailed explanation about how breeding mechanics work, but basically you need to put in 2 compatible Pokemon. Obviously, 2 Pokemon of the same species will work just fine. They just have to be a male and a female each. But even if 2 Pokemon aren't the same species, if they are in the same egg group, then they should be able to breed. And that old man said that they don't really like each other, so that determines how long it takes for 2 Pokemon to make an egg. Ready? Boing. We're having a body slam match to see who wins out first. If you'd have joined us, you'd be squashed like a bug, though. How about I teach body slam to a Pokemon of yours instead? So this guy will tutor body slam to any one of our Pokemon. I might actually consider giving that to Pine later. There, Boing, you're awfully heavy. But for now, it's fine to just go on. Lorelai's returned. Did she find the city life too stressful, I wonder? So apparently Lorelai's originally from the Sevii Islands. I do like this bit of depth they give to the minor characters in this game. I think it's very good for fleshing out the characters in the world. What's this? The new Pokemon journals have arrived on this island. Oh, a Pokemon egg? I have no idea. Oh wait, the daycare people in town were saying something. They said that they found eggs before on their property. There's a rare kind of ice Pokemon that lives in the cave. We get a lot of visitors hoping to see that Pokemon. Oh, really? Sounds very interesting. I don't think there's a lot that we can get here. Well, there are some nice items, like full restores and Ultra Balls. You'll probably want to stock up on a lot of Ultra Balls since there's a lot of Pokemon that can be caught in the Sevii Islands that can't be found anywhere else. And I think this house is special. I collected a ton of stickers. I wish I could show them off. Oh, excellent! You've come to the right place. Look, see, these are my stickers. Look how many I got. I bet you want some. I bet you do. I'll give a sticker if you can tell me something awesome about yourself. All you brag about. Oh, wow, you made it to the Hall of Fame? That's pretty good, yup. I'll give you one of these. So this guy is unique in that he will add stickers to your trainer card for accomplishing certain feats. It's not really all that useful, it's purely for cosmetic reasons, and I haven't bothered to get all the stickers just because it's not that important. Oh, you found me! Please don't tell Lorelai. Did you know that Lorelai's lots and lots of stuffed dolls? Every time she comes back to 4 Island, her collection grows. Oh, really? So this is apparently Lorelai's house. She's got a lot of dolls. Like, I think this is really cute. Adds a lot more character to what's otherwise an actually pretty generic character. It's another Stardust, that'll be very good. Although at this point, I've got so much money because of how many battles I had to do to grind up my Pokemon for the Pokemon League. I made a slushie using Ice shaved inside Icefall Cave. It's chilly and tasty. Alright, so why don't we enter this cave? It's a new dungeon, and much like the Seafoam Islands, there's a lot of ice Pokemon we can get here. Hello, Slowpoke. Let's just claw you out of here. Yes. as you can see, there's a waterfall there that we can't do anything about just yet. So we'll have to go deeper into the cave. Ooh, Sneasel. It's actually a rare ice type. It can only be found in this area. I believe it's also exclusive to LeafGreen, if I remember correctly. Sneasel's pretty good. Decent speed and attack power. And its Ice Dark typing is certainly unique, but I have no need for it. Now, this area is unique in that it has these icy floors that when you step on, they crack. If you step on them twice, the ice will break and you will fall to the next floor below. So it serves as a way both to progress through the area and also as an obstacle to try and get around. And I find that pretty cool. I forget which one of these we have to go down. Yep, that seemed pretty good. Now, I believe we have to drop down here in order to get some other stuff. So there is Swinub. It's an Ice Ground type Pokemon. Mainly specializes in physical attack and defense as well as HP. It's pretty good. In fact, Swinub is one of my favorite Gen 2 Pokemon just because of how cute it is. It's just tiny little hairy pig. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and catch this one since I did manage to weaken it. I'm not really that focused on catching a lot of the new Pokemon here, since we've already reached our Pokédex requirements. But if I do get a chance, I will catch something. So by going down here, we can get over to this area and get the Nevermelt Ice. That is a held item that increases the damage of Ice-type attacks. That'll definitely be helpful. By going over here, we reach this section of the cave. It's actually a really short dungeon. It just has quite a few puzzles that you have to get through. Why'd you have to live? Die. What do we got here? A full restore, very nice. And if we go here, we get HM7 Waterfall. With Waterfall, we can now climb up this waterfall here. Unfortunately, I'm not that big of a fan of Waterfall in this game. In later games, it's definitely useful for teaching to physical water types. But in this game, it's just an inferior version of Surf, in my opinion. I guess we don't really need Psychic since we have Mimian. I feel really bad of getting rid of such a good move, but we do need this in order to progress. Luckily, there's not a whole lot of areas that require Waterfall, so I can always forget this move later. For now, let's climb up the waterfall. Now we've reached this section of the cave. Hello, Seal. It's a much higher level Seal than the ones we saw before. it'll actually evolve right away into a dugong if you give it a rare candy, so if you need one for your Pokedex, go right ahead and catch this one. Oh, come on! These frozen solid, just why? Screw you! How could you freeze a fire type? That's just... Although that does make me think about that one episode from the anime when Charizard gets frozen solid because it underestimated its opponent and just wouldn't listen to Ash. So, whatever. Keep your filthy hands off the Pokemon in the cave. Do as I say, or you'll have me to answer to. Ah, shut it, lady, and leave us be. Don't let your glasses get all steamed up. Hayden, what are you doing here? No, we can catch up later. Right now I need your help. Help me kick these poachers out before they do anything else. They've been catching Pokemon here, then selling them off. You ready? You take that one, please. What? Who says we can't do what we want with a Pokemon we catch? So we actually have a moment where we team up with Lorelei against Team Rocket. I think this is really cool. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee have a moment that's very similar to this at some point in the game, and I just really liked that too. It's just interesting seeing these characters in situations other than having them as an opponent for you to fight. I really like it. It adds a lot to the characters and the story. Just roast some bats. We didn't plan on this, and that's why Team Rocket fails. Humph, so despicably weak. You, tell me, where have you taken the captured Pokemon? I'm smashing your ring once and for all. No way, I'm not telling you that. If you won't confess, we'll deep freeze you. My Lapras is furious for what you've done to its friends. Go, Lapras, Ice Beam! Okay, I'll talk. The Pokemon are in the Rocket Warehouse on 5 Island. There, I said it, we'll be going now. But I doubt you'll ever make it into the Rocket Warehouse. So now we got an idea on what Team Rocket's up to here. Hayden, thank you, but this is awful. I was born and raised here on these islands. I had no idea that those horrible criminals were loose here. So now that we know where Team Rocket's headed, we should probably go there next. So I believe in this water you can actually find wild Lapras. Again, it's been so long since I've been here, so I'm not 100% sure. What now? Nah, Golbat. Whatever. Let's burn you too. But anyway, that's the last of the stuff we can do on 4 Island. For the time being. Let's check up on the couple. Yeah, they haven't produced an egg just yet. You'll know your Pokemon have laid an egg when the daycare man steps away from the gate. But that could take a while to do, so we're just gonna head off now. Before we do, let's check out the new Pokemon we got in the cave. It's Quiet Nature. Not the best, but whatever. Speaking of which, how are you? Rash? I think that's actually a good nature for you. Alright, let's move out. Now that we cleared 4 Island, it's time we head off to 5 Island. Five Island is significantly larger than the previous island we've been to. So there's a lot to do here. We're probably going to be here for the rest of the stream. Don't worry about buying anything for dinner tonight. That's what my husband said when he went out fishing today. I'm not sure if I can count on him to live up to that promise. Ooh. I've been getting busier around these parts lately. Haven't been catching many good fish lately either. Hello, sir.
That meadow's belonged to our family for generations. I should have had a giant mansion built on it. It'd be preferable to having those thugs run wild on it.
So apparently some bad people have come to Five Island. Care to guess who?
I'm on my way to prepare a meal for a certain high society person.
Interesting. You're on a quest to catch every single kind of Pokemon? How incredible. Please tell me if you catch a strong one. I have 3 legendary birds! Seriously, it always bothers me when people don't recognize when you've done something like that. Anyway. Eh, boy. Looks like we need cut again. We're not quite done with this move yet. Let's teach it back to Bella. Sunny Day served us very well, but I think it's time to let it go. Now Bella knows cut. Once again. A max potion. I'd say that's worth it. Ooh, Wild Persian. And they're pretty high level, so this is actually a decent area for training, I'd say. Yeah, that gave alright experience. So, yeah. I don't know, Manic. It's in my box with the rest of them. But anyway, there is a lot to do here on Five Island, so we'll see if we can get all of this done tonight. Of course, Team Rocket has set up camp here, so let's see what we can do about these guys. And Raffian's reached level 60. Very nice. Grimer, let's leave this one to Pine. After that incident with Gary's Arcanine, I'm just really itching to see Pine actually KO something. That's more like it. That's it, Pine. Just imagine that they're all Arcanine and bury them like the trash they are. So good. Is this for real? No. You don't have any business here. Go home. I have all of the business here, sir. Why did they put that tree there? You can just walk around it. Hello there. Well, this is certainly a rarity. A female Team Rocket member. I do like that they bring back female Team Rocket grunts in this game. You don't see any of them during the main story, so it's very nice to see them again. Wish I could say the same for your teams, though, because I don't know, I just don't like the fact that Team Rocket just uses the same Pokemon that they've always been using here. Seeing as how this is the post-game and all that, they could have shown a little more variety. Like, maybe show them using Hoenn Pokemon, considering that you can't normally catch them in this game. I think that would have been really cool. But nope, same derps as always. Oh, that makes me furious. I know. So we should be really close to the warehouse by now. Hello, Pidgey. You're having a bad day. We can actually surf on this island, so that's good. PP up. Very nice. Well, I don't think I have a lot of attacks I can use that. I mean, now that we powered up Giga Drain and Blast Burn, there's really not that much else we need. Blast, a poison type I can't Earthquake. But it's still weak. Well, so that's fun. So Memento is a self-destruction attack that sharply lowers the attack and special attack of your opponent, but it also causes your Pokemon to faint, so why would you use it? Such a bizarre move. I don't really like it. I mean, it's better than the other self-destruction moves. That wasn't supposed to happen. You wanted to know what's inside this warehouse? Better you didn't know, for your own sake, I mean. Another password's needed to open the door. So we're stuck for now. We can't progress this Team Rocket plotline just yet, but there's a lot more stuff that we can see on this island. So if we go to here, we find an area called the Memorial Pillar. Also a few items to get here. I'm the oldest of the Bird Brothers. The best thing about birds? It has to be the beak. Okay. I mean, I kind of like this area because there's a few bird keepers here. We'll talk about the features of birds that they really like, and I guess it helps them stand out in a creepy kind of way. Hey. That is not nice. Pine just had a really traumatizing experience. She does not need to deal with this kind of stuff. You can fly to 4 Island from here. Yes, I can. Hop him. So one of the grass Pokemon from the 2nd generation. It's a grass flying type, very high speed, but I don't know, I'm not that much of a fan of it. I'm the middle kid of the Bird Brothers. Best thing about birds, it has to be the wings. I mean, that does help the birds to fly, so I guess it's good. This should be no problem. Good. Flap, flap. There's a really somber guy over that way. Just as long as it's not Sombra. I mean, that guy barely got any screen time, so whatever. And some more berries. Not really all that helpful, but whatever. I'm the youngest of the Bird Brothers. Best thing about birds, it has to be the down. I mean, I do like how soft and fluffy birds can be. Like, when I was a kid, my family used to raise chickens, and I don't know, I've always been fascinated by them. Even though they're kind of derpy and also delicious, I really like chickens as an animal. So this guy uses Hoot Hoot and Noctowl, the normal flying type from the Johto games. They have high special defense and have the ability to learn psychic type attacks, which is pretty unique to them. But on the whole, I prefer Fearow and Pidgey way more. Fills me with happiness with bird Pokemon beg playfully. Okay, Mr. Creeper. So let's see what we can find down here. That looks very phallic. Here lies Tectonics is engraved on a boulder. This lemonade place is an offering in front of the grave. Yeah, might as well. Thank you! That was my Tectonics' favorite drink. I don't even know you, but your act of kindness? It's uplifted me a little. Can you please take this as my thanks? Please be good to your Pokemon too. Tectonics. So yeah, this is apparently a Pokemon grave. And over here we get a metal coat. An item which is actually used to evolve Onix into its Gen 2 evolution Steelix. I think that's kind of fitting. Also, that attack he just gave us, I believe, if we go over here... Alright. So I believe that's all we can see over here. Hello, Tentacool. No matter where you go in this game, the seas are always full of Tentacool. Alright, we can't do anything about the Team Rocket warehouse just yet, so... let's go see what the rest of the island has in store for us. Hello, Meowth. Just for that, you're getting Giga Drained. You jerk. Now, before we progress through this area, there is something that I recommend you do. And that is, I recommend you take one of the Pokemon from your party and put them in the box just for now. We'll give Crunches a little break. Now, let's press onward. So now we got a new area called the Water Labyrinth. I believe there's some new Pokemon you can get by fishing here. I'm not sure. This area is a little tricky to navigate. Ooh, Wild Tentacruel. This thing is so big and awesome. I'm so sorry for what I'm gonna do to you, Tentacruel. I respect you a great deal, but you're in my way. Alright. You're so low level, you're not even worth it. So tricky to navigate through here. If we go over here onto this island... You travel all over the place, don't you? You're not driving your Pokemon too harshly, are you? Let me take a look. Oh, impressive, you treat your Pokemon right. I think you can be entrusted with this. Please, I'd like you to have this. So we receive an egg for this guy if we show him a Pokemon that has a high enough friendship level. So this egg is fairly unique, and I do recommend you get it. Because the Pokemon that hatches from it cannot be found anywhere else in the game. And it's also one that I particularly like a lot. Anyway, we got a new trainer here to fight. She is a breeder. A class of trainer that usually has a lot of Pokemon on their team to use. God, I love how intimidating that attack looks. Very nice. Clefairy. We can handle that. Sending up a light screen, huh? Well, I'll just cut right through that. That worked out a lot better in my head. I don't know, man. Egg whites, yolk, maybe an embryo. So this girl's unique in that she has a Meryl. It's a water-type Pokemon that I particularly like. Has high HP, good defenses, and decent offensive stats. It's definitely one that I do like to use, even though there are much better water types. But oh boy, in later games, Meryl gets so good. Because not only does it get a great ability and huge power, which increases the amount of damage its physical attacks will do, but it also gets the fairy typing, making it really helpful against a lot more Pokemon. There's another Tentacruel here. Let's take this thing out. Ow. Hey. Alright, now Bella's level 60. Very nice. We'll definitely want our team to get as strong as they can, because there are some very tough battles that we'll have to be facing at the end of this run. Resort, gorgeous. So there's a lot of trainers in this area we can encounter. One of the newest ones is a painter. I believe this is actually the first time that the painter class is introduced in the series. So she uses Smeargle. It's a normal type Pokemon whose signature move, Sketch, allows it to learn pretty much any type of attack in the game. Unfortunately, it's only good stat is speed. The sky and the sea, they're so fickle. Their changing expressions make them difficult to capture. As an artist myself, I get that. I'm visiting my friend's retreat, if you must know. So we have a lady. This was a trainer class introduced in Ruby and Sapphire, I believe. They tend to usually carry very cute and rare Pokemon. Like this Hoppip here, which is grossly overleveled. And she also has Skiploom, which is Hoppip's evolution. Oh my, so strong. I find it pleasurable to leisurely battle in the gentle sea breeze. Oh yeah. I love the sea. Excuse me, I'm trying to paint. Please keep out of my sight. Oh, I'm sorry. Selena. Oops, sorry about your canvas. That's for making Bob Ross replace the Pokemon streams. Where's my Sinnoh? Oh, that sounds neat. Hello, Jillian. Oh, she has Mareep! Okay, I'm gonna go more into this when I eventually decide to stream Gold, but Mareep is probably my favorite Gen 2 Pokemon. I just love it, it's so cute. And its evolutions have just a surprising amount of just really good attacks that they learn. So yeah, I love it. I'm really looking forward to using it very soon. And there is Flaffy, Mareep's evolution. Of course, everything here is so weak that they can't stand up to my team. Oh my goodness gracious! Something, Great Balls of Fire. There's an item around here. Actually, I didn't know there was something in this area. In beach areas, you do tend to find some items in the sand. Yeah, we got a Stardust. Very nice. So we go to this building. We can see that nobody is here. Selfie's house. So I wonder where they could have gone. Hello. With these hands, I will create my victory! Hello, Daisy. Congratulations for getting into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Ooh, this thing's trying to use Focus Punch. Unfortunately, it can't save you. It's kind of a shame. I don't know what any of these Smeargles have in terms of moves, because I always knock them out before they can do anything. I'm a good runner. I'm really fast. And we got another youngster. Should be no problem for us, though. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Super Fang. It's an attack that cuts your Pokemon's HP into half of what it currently has. It's good for dealing with very defensive Pokemon, but I'm not that much of a fan of it. And we got a Pidgeotto to beat. But hey, we beat a Pidgeot, so this is nothing compared to what we've seen before. Very nice. When I run with the wind, it feels like I could fly. Good to know. If we surf over here past these rocks, there is something interesting to find. I say, this marine life here, this resort agrees with me. Okay. Toby, what are you doing here out in the ocean? You should be working on Deltarune. Alright, that takes care of Poliwhirl with a crit. Good boy, Superior. And he's got a Tentacool. I apologize for being a bit gassy. I did just have lunch. And you got another Tentacruel. Let's go with Mimian. That's a shocker. You must be joking. I mean, I did pretty much just use a Joker against him. I don't know. Very nice. Let's see how the egg's doing. It's still gonna be a while before it gets ready to hatch. So over here, there's just this little island. Let's see what's inside. Lost Cave. Are we gonna encounter a smoke monster here?
I thought this was an ancient ruin, but it's teeming with ghosts!
So here's a Ruin Maniac. This was a trainer class introduced in Ruby and Sapphire. They tend to use ground-type Pokemon. Actually very similar to Hikers. Got a Graveler. And a Marowak.
Hey! Mercy!
I'm trying to get out of here, but I always end up at the same spot. Maybe the number of boulders is a hint. So navigating the Lost Cave is kind of weird. Basically, in order to progress through here, you need to think of each chamber as like the face of a clock, and the number of stones that you see in the chamber tells you which way you need to go. So since there are 3 boulders on this floor, we want to head to our 3, which is to the right. Of course, there are areas in this cave that we have to take different paths in order to reach some pretty good stuff, so kind of just gonna look up this area so that I can see what I need to take. Okay, Cerebi's not really helping here. I will be back in a bit, just give me a moment. Okay, yeah, I do see the items now, and what path I need to take. Oh yeah, so first we need to go here. Now we want to go south. That gets us Lax Incense. That's a held item that makes it harder for your opponents to hit you when held. It does have another effect, but we can't really do it yet. So here we want to go south. Hello. I think there's a mysterious power at work in this cave. Ooh, a psychic. Specifically, a female psychic. In the original games, there weren't any female psychic-type trainers, so it's interesting to see they made a new model for them. Or sprite, I mean. So I believe the female psychics don't appear until Generation 3, and seeing this Pokemon is bringing back a lot of bad memories for me. Let's just say, when I eventually get around to streaming Emerald, there is a certain battle I am really not looking forward to. But yeah, Natu and Xatu are psychic flying type Pokemon, and they're pretty good. Very high speed, good special attack. They're very decent. If you don't go into the right tunnel, you won't get ahead. Earlier, a lady went to the caves ahead. Interesting. Wonder if that has anything to do with the resort we visited earlier. Now, I think from here we want to go back north, and we get Sea Incense. This increases the power of water type attacks when held, and it has another use that we'll see much later. Go north, then go south, back here. Now we want to go south again. Then we go east. And from this room we want to go east. And that gives us a max revive. Very nice. Alright, so east, south, north. Alright. So we want to go east. We want to go here. Go south again. Then we go west. And that gives us a rare candy. Alright, so now there should be only one more path to go. So we'll go north, south, south again, east, west, south, east, and north. What do you intend to do with me? I don't know. So now we're being attacked by Sevii. Let's take out this Persian. And she's got another Persian. Easily taken care of by Mimian. Oh, I was afraid you meant to harm me. I'm so glad you happened here. I grew rather bored of walking, and I'm feeling fatigued. May I ask you to take me home from here? Thank you. You may go now. Well, that was rude. We just saved her butt and she just leaves us. I almost wish we did leave her back in that cave. Oh, do I know you from somewhere? Oh, that doesn't matter. I'm exquisitely bored. Please hear my wish. I wish to see a Pokemon, a darling Machoke. I want to see one right away. Please, make my wish come true. So once a day, if you bring Sevii the Pokemon that she asked for, she'll give you items. I don't really want to do that now, because I don't have the time for it. But if we head back into the Lost Cave, there is one last item we can get from the chamber where we last saw Sevii. Hello again, Guard 2. So back in the room where we met Selfie, we can get a silk scarf. This is an item that boosts the damage of normal type attacks. Alright then, have a good night, buddy. Now we didn't really get to see it, but inside the Lost Cave you can encounter Ghastly and Haunter. And there are also some Johto Pokemon exclusive to this area as well. You can encounter Misdreavus and Murkrow depending on which game you're playing. I believe Murkrow is exclusive to Fire Red and Misdreavus is exclusive to LeafGreen. Anyway, that's everything we can do on Sevii Island for the time being. So, we only have a little bit of time left, so I want to get this egg we have hatched, so let's head back to Vermilion City. Oh, you're from Sweden. That's really cool. And we want to fly over to a nice, big, long route. Because in order to hatch Pokemon eggs, you need to walk a certain amount of steps with the egg in your party. And if we go over here to Route 17, the cycling path, we should easily get this done. Just a very long straight route. We can just ride our bike up and down it, and it should hatch in no time. So yeah, sorry to say, but this is probably going to be what the last bit of this stream is going to consist of, trying to hatch this egg. Yeah, it's not exactly glamorous, but hey, what are you going to do? Ooh, we can finally get this item that we left behind. And also fight this guy we never fought. I'm searching for a moonstone. Have you found one? Yeah, this kid is so unprepared for what we got. So I think this kid is actually one of the few hints in the game that the Nidoran line evolve using the Moonstone. It's pretty nice. Ow. Yep. And we got an iron. And obviously you don't want to use Fly when you're trying to hatch Pokemon, because flying does not affect how long it takes to hatch the egg. There are ways that can make hatching eggs a lot quicker. So if you have a Pokemon with the abilities Flame Body or Magma Armor in your party along with the egg, then it will speed up the hatching process a lot more. Now we're back in Celadon. Let's see what the progress is. It's making sounds. It's almost ready to hatch. When you see that message, you know that the egg is very close to hatching, so just keep running and you should be good. Should be any minute now. On you. Should almost be ready. There we go. So the egg we get from the guy in the water labyrinth hatches into Togepi, a normal type Pokemon introduced in Generation 2, and unfortunately this is not the generation where this Pokemon actually gets good. Both Togepi and its evolution Togetic are kind of weak. But they do learn a wide variety of attacks, so I guess they have that going for them. All baby Pokemon, when they hatch, start at level 5. So obviously they need a lot of training in order to get good afterwards. But now that we got this guy hatched, we can put Crunches back into the party. Yeah, despite how weak Togepi is, I actually really like it. It's one of my favorite Gen 2 Pokemon. And when it finally gets another evolution in Gen 4, man, it gets so good. Alright, now before we end this, I want to check back up at 4 islands so we can see how our progress is going on those 2 we left behind. Yep, look at this. Our Pokemon just had an egg. Oh, whoops. I think I did it bad. Yep, I accidentally told that guy to keep the egg. Damn it. We'll be back for it later. So I think that's gonna do it for this session. We finally become the Pokemon champion and we're moving our way through the post-game. Next time on Pokemon LeafGreen, we're gonna explore the rest of the Sevii Islands and find a way to stop Team Rocket's plans once and for all. Have a good day, and take care.